Hey y'all, welcome to Thirsty Thursdays. My name is Nicole, and I know you're probably thinking, girl, you ain't offered us a drink, an appetizer, nothing. What you mean, Thirsty Thursdays? Look, I see you, I hear you, I feel you. I'm gonna address that in a separate video. All you need to know right now is if you're looking for book recommendations, this is when and where I'm doing my book reviews. Now, I'm not gonna talk about that anymore because we have some very serious business to discuss. And I have a question for you. Why have you not read Hard with Thug by Keely? Yeah, baby, get into it. Now, look, this is my man. Excuse me, this is my bud. It's also my man. I didn't stutter. Now, look, you can't have this copy, but you can literally get your own copy. Matter of fact, you can go on Kindle Unlimited and read it right now, but we will circle back to that at the end. Now, to hop into this a little bit, if you love Wahida Clark, if you love the Thug series, this book follows Omar. It's a phase two of sorts. And I love this book. Now, for those of you who are like me and you didn't read the Thug series or hadn't heard of it, that's okay. You don't need that prior knowledge to marry Omar. You don't need that prior knowledge to have his children. You don't need that knowledge to fight in a club with Key. You'll be fine. You will completely understand and feel all the emotions reading this book. But it was so good that it made me say, hold on, I need to go back to the beginning and read about some of these characters they discuss because I need to know the backstory. Now, a few trigger warnings. This is not an exhaustive list, but I do think it's important that you know for your own mental stability. There is some DV, there is mental health discussed, there are some sweet angels that go on to glory, and there are some demons that go to Hades. And that is what it is. I'm getting ahead of myself. There's also some adult activity, some bed sewing, some water parts, if you get what I'm saying. Okay. So, hopping into this, as I said before, this book follows Omar. We meet him at a very turbulent time in his life. He's a teenager. Something very traumatic happens with his mother, his aunt, and his younger brother, and that causes him to have to go stay with his father. His father is dealing with some health issues, and so with an extra mouth to feed, his father's just working. A lot of y'all parents, I'm sure you can understand, a lot of times you not number one. You got to put yourself third, fourth, or fifth because you just trying to make sure everybody's good. Well, that's what Omar's father was doing, and his health was declining. Seeing all these bills piling up, Omar was like, man, I got to help my dad out. And honestly, I do appreciate that backstory of why he got into the streets because I feel like a lot of times we read urban fiction books and they're like, oh, I was tired of being broke. Or me and my brother were sharing clothes and like, I ain't want to be poor no more. And it's like, I get that. I feel that. Yeah. But there are a lot of people who get into some activities because they truly are just trying to help their family out. They're trying to just make sure everything is stable and copacetic. So I appreciated that view. But anyway, fast forward, Omar meets Key. Now let's hop over to Key real quick. My girl is that girl. You hear me? Now, let's not be mistaken. Omar is him, okay? But we're talking about Key right now. So Key has seen some things in her life as well. She's experienced some trauma at an early age. And then as she got older, she was in a relationship with this man who was terrible, terrible to her. She experienced loss and she had a crash out moment that was very well deserved, very much deserved. But unfortunately, that left her in a terrible headspace and that left her with a lot more emotional scars and a few issues mentally that she had to deal with. So I'm gonna just say this out the gate, sincere, it's on site. I know he's in the book, but in the book world, sincere is on site. Anyway, I digress. Um, Omar and Key end up meeting. She works at a bar. He goes in and he's trying to talk to her. And anytime you get out of a relationship, especially a terrible one, you're like, I'm good on relationships right now. And that's where Key is at. She's like, I'm going to stack my money. I'm going to keep being fine. And that's just what it is. And Omar ain't trying to hear none of that. Not in a creepy way, like, you know how some guys are. Omar is not like that. He's smooth. We love him. That's my man. I already told y'all. Anyway, and she finally gives in, but both of them are still growing. And what I mean by that is Omar has a lot of big emotions that he hasn't had to deal with before. And I think being in a relationship opens up the floodgates of trying to deal with that for him. Because before this, I told y'all Omar was that guy. He was out here, baby. I mean, the girls was falling all over him. Now, one of the girls, Lucille, I ain't gonna say too much, ain't gonna say too much. She did a lot. Her and her friends. And that's why we were in the club fighting. But I digress. I'm gonna let Key tell y'all that story. I'm not gonna tell y'all that story. Now, Omar had to deal with and juggle trying to be in this relationship with her and trying to show her he's serious, but she doesn't just fall in line like the women he's used to. And Key is like, no, I know what I've been through. I'm not about to let a man tell me what to do, when I can do it, when he's embarrassed. Like, no, I'm my own woman. I'm going to do what I want to do. And I understand her. But as you can imagine, that causes some static sometimes in the relationship. Now, Omar is definitely putting her through the mattress, baby. Mm-hmm. Keisha is still so down to the mattress as we speak. Look, I'm just trying to tell y'all. The adult activities are adulting. The water parks are flowing. That's all I'm saying. But this book, overall, it ends on a little bit of a cliffhanger. And there will be a part two. However, you need to read part one right now. Matter of fact, you should be already reading it in the middle of the review. You should have already started reading the book. As I said before, you can get this on Kindle Unlimited. The story was amazing. She is a new author, but baby, let me tell you, she wrote this like she's not new to this. She's true to this, okay? Excuse my slip up. But Keely, baby, you did your big one with this. And I would encourage all of y'all to go get it right now so that you can join in the conversation. It is an amazing book. I give it 5 out of 5 stars. And my rating scale, I will tell y'all for books, is going to change over the course of this review channel. However, just rock with me. We're going to grow together. But yeah, I don't want to give too much away because I need y'all to go and read this book right now. I think it's a great discussion starter for some of the topics that are addressed in here. I think it shows a very realistic relationship. You know, we've read a lot of stories, and don't get me wrong, I love my insta love stories. I love my friends to lovers stories, enemies to lovers, all of that. But I think this is very realistic in that, yeah, baby, just because you fine don't mean I'm about to talk to you off jump. And just because we now are in love with each other doesn't mean this is going to go as easily and smooth as we think. So I love the realism in this book. I love the emotions that this book evoked. And as I said before, I urge y'all to go pick it up, read it. Baby, you can get it on Kindle Unlimited right now. And if you don't have Kindle Unlimited, it's okay, baby. Get the free trial. Get the free trial. Just do it. Just do it tonight. I ain't gonna tell nobody. And then you can read this book and then we can all discuss it. Wouldn't that be lovely? Anyway, thank you guys for listening to this review. As I said before, please go pick up your copy on Kindle Unlimited or through the website. And I hope we'll be talking soon. Thanks for listening.